This is the luxury world. Get inspired with us today and tomorrow. The world of luxury watches has long been veiled in mystique. Images of meticulous craftsmanship in alpine villages, lab-coated artisans delicately assembling horological masterpieces, and price tags justified by whispers of heritage and exclusivity. Yet beneath the polished veneer lies a more complicated reality. And recently, that reality has started to surface, triggering quiet shifts even at the summit of the watch world. One of the most significant tremors. Rolex, arguably the most influential name in modern horology, has discreetly lowered prices on several major models. Not through splashy promotions or press releases, but via hushed adjustments whispered through authorized dealers. It was not marketed as a sale. It was not framed as generosity. Instead, it signaled a strategic recalibration, a soft retreat prompted by a growing wave of public awareness and digital exposure. In this video brought to you by the luxury world, we will delve into the shocking revelations that have hit Rolex hard and exposed a side of luxury watchmaking no one saw coming. If you have not subscribed to our channel yet, please do so to stay informed about future updates. To understand this recalibration, attention must shift from the snow-covered landscapes of Switzerland to the neon-lit skyline of Shenzhen, China, a city that, while absent from official watch brochures, is quietly powering the global industry. It is estimated that over 95% of the world's watches, or at least the components within them, originate from this single city. Shenzhen is the engine behind modern horology. Factories here manufacture everything from budget timepieces to high-precision parts allegedly destined for brands like Omega, Tissot, and yes, possibly even Rolex. With advanced capabilities, tight tolerances, and industrial scale, Shenzhen has evolved from a footnote to the headline of contemporary watch production. This revelation is not rooted in speculation. Social media platforms, particularly TikTok and WeChat, have seen a surge in videos displaying behind-the-scenes footage of luxury-style watch cases being packed in Chinese factories. Insiders have begun naming names. Factory workers have begun sharing receipts. And the illusion of a purely Swiss-made product is becoming harder to sustain. The coveted Swiss-made label carries immense marketing weight. For decades, it has implied superiority, an unspoken guarantee of excellence. But the legal definition behind it is surprisingly lenient. According to Swiss law, only 60% of a watch's value needs to be of Swiss origin for it to carry the label. Not 60% of the parts. Not even 60% of the assembly. Just 60% of the value metric is ripe for manipulation. This means if a Swiss engineer finalizes the movement, or if the watch is inspected in a Zurich office, it can be stamped Swiss-made even if most components were built and assembled thousands of miles away in China. The result is a marketing illusion, one where a brand's prestige is far more tightly tied to perception than provenance. The timing of Rolex's quiet price reductions coincides suspiciously with the rise of viral content exposing Chinese factories' involvement in luxury watch production. One particular video showing Rolex-style cases being boxed in Dongguan spread rapidly, sparking industry-wide scrutiny. In response, Rolex did not issue a press release. It did not confront the claims directly. Instead, some of its flagship models began to see price adjustments, quiet, controlled, and deliberate. Historically, Rolex has refused to participate in discount culture. Its mystique is built on never blinking, on presenting an image of unwavering demand and impenetrable exclusivity. So, when Rolex subtly flinches, even if only slightly, the signal is clear, the pressure is real. As the curtain lifts on the realities of global watch manufacturing, consumers have started looking elsewhere. The boutique is no longer the only door into luxury. Factory direct buildings, OEM surplus, and unofficial channels have created a thriving underground market. Within this ecosystem, watches are deconstructed and rebuilt like adult Lego kits. These are not counterfeits in the traditional sense. Many are constructed with identical parts, bezels, dials, even sapphire crystals that allegedly originate from the same facilities that supply luxury brands. The only thing missing is the logo and the five-figure markup. This underground surge is not driven solely by cost-cutting. It reflects a broader shift. A consumer base no longer content with polished marketing narratives. A growing number of enthusiasts are discovering that the line between a $500 homage and a $20,000 prestige piece may be thinner than advertised. Luxury watchmakers operate on healthy margins. Swatch and LVMH reportedly enjoy 10 to 20% profit margins across their watch portfolios. But compared to tech giants like Apple, which boasts 32%, or pharmaceutical companies like Novo Nordisk, which pushes 39% profits on medical devices, the watch world seems almost modest. Then, there's Rolex. As a technically nonprofit entity under the Hans Wilsdorf Foundation, Rolex does not publish financial statements and is not beholden to shareholders. This makes it immune to quarterly earnings pressures and public transparency, yet it remains among the wealthiest luxury brands globally. It's luxury shrouded in silence, engineered to project stability and timelessness. Estimates suggest that the average Rolex costs around $1,200 to $1,500 to manufacture, with prices to the consumer often 5 times higher. Brands like Christopher Ward have admitted to capping their retail markup at 3 times production cost. Omega sits closer to 4, but Rolex operates on a different level entirely. For its most iconic references, the multiplier may exceed 5 or more. At its core, luxury watch pricing is not about mechanics, it is about meaning. The real product is not steel and sapphire, but status. The tangible build may be equivalent across regions, but the feeling it produces, the strut, the confidence, the nod from across a room, is what truly commands the price. Luxury, in this context, becomes theater, a well-branded illusion. And like any good illusion, it does not crumble unless someone dares to ask how it is done. That said, not all factory watches are created equally. The $60 Rolex lookalike sourced through a Telegram contact may appear convincing in filtered reels, but a closer inspection often reveals stark compromises. Loud, erratic movements, screws with sloppy tolerances, finishing that reacts poorly to touch, lume that functions more as a suggestion than illumination. These watches are not built for longevity, they are built for illusion. Still, they reflect the growing appetite for access over authenticity. In a world where aesthetics can be replicated and branding can be mimicked, the distinction between real and fake grows increasingly philosophical. So, are luxury watches overpriced? By traditional cost-to-value standards, yes. But whether something is truly overpriced depends on what is being purchased. If the buyer expects sacred Swiss craftsmanship in every component, disappointment may be inevitable. But if the goal is identity, confidence, and the subtle prestige of being seen, then the equation changes. What's being bought isn't always the object, it's the aura, the intangible boost, the performance of luxury. Brands of that magnitude do not move without reason. Silent cuts imply discomfort, not strategy. And while Rolex has no history of chasing trends, its subtle concessions in the wake of viral exposure suggest an acknowledgement that the myth is cracking. The global luxury watch narrative, long centered around Switzerland's artisanal mythos, is being rewritten by factory workers, influencers, and content creators. Not by official press conferences, but by grassroots curiosity and digital transparency. The question now is not whether Rolex is still prestigious. It undoubtedly is. The better question is whether consumers will continue to accept the price tag now that the production backstory is more visible than ever. The Swiss-made label still holds power, but for how long? If Shenzhen is truly behind the curtain, and consumers now know it, the luxury watch world may need to find a new story to tell, because the value proposition is not what it used to be. And in the age of digital receipts and viral exposure, perception may no longer be enough. What are your thoughts on the topic we shared in this video? Let us know by leaving a comment and giving this video a thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe to The Luxury World for more insights into the world of luxury timepieces.